Where's my camera? Aha, there it is. Hi guys. So we're going to continue our help desk ticketing system tutorials, I guess. That's what we're calling them. So it's a new series, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to call it, but we're going to continue. This is going to be a second video where we go inside of a ticketing system and then we work the tickets, just like as if we were working help desk. So we're going to concentrate on those. And again, thank you for people who keep submitting the tickets, because it makes these videos. So if you guys want to make I want to make more videos, but if you guys can help me with that, please submit more tickets with the issue that you may encounter or personal issues that you may have with your computer or what have you. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's just get into it. All right, welcome guys. My name is Irvin, also known as Kobu Man. All right. Admittedly, I don't have much preparation for this because I will have multiple channels. This channel is about IT, obviously. In this case, mostly about help desk. And that's perfectly fine. However, I do have another channel that's about hunting. So it's completely different. And it's now hunting season, so I'm spending more time on that channel, which leaves me with way less time to think about new topics. Therefore, I created this series where I work tickets that are submitted by people. And thankfully, some people are submitting tickets with issues that we can talk about. I would like to see more, but it is what it is, given the time that I have to make these videos. Because right now, because it's a hunting season, I have to concentrate on that channel a bit more, which will maybe take a couple of months, maybe even 3 more months in the future. Yes, I'll still be making videos at least once a week. But it is what it is. I'm only one person, and the other channel is taking up quite a bit of my time, so I have to concentrate on that while it's in season. Anyways, enough about me. We're going to work the tickets that we have here. So welcome. If you can, please do me a favor, and in the comment below, please let me know that you're present, or just say hello, hi, sort of like as if we're in class, and that way I know that you're present and interested in these type of videos. Thank you so much. All right. First ticket here is from, okay, I'm really bad with names, so I apologize if I mispronounce this, but it's from, let me see here, just a moment, from Ondaime? Ondaime. I apologize if I mispronounced that, but thank you very much for the ticket. I appreciate it. So first thing first, you want to assign the ticket to yourself. Again, just like in the first video, we're going to concentrate on how to work these systems, even if you've never worked help desk before. So once you find the ticket, you pick up the ticket and then you assign it to yourself, just like I did here. Assignee, that's me. I assigned it to myself. All right. So the title of this ticket is Slow PC, and there's no description here, but that's okay. Usually there's a description up here, but there is a comment here that says, "Hi, my PC is very slow," and I noticed it doesn't have SSD. Can I upgrade on my computer? And the second part here is, I don't have any viruses or full disk or anything other than it would slow my PC otherwise. Thanks. Great question. This is a really great question. Normally, when working tickets, you want to contact the customer, take control of their computer, and see what might be causing the slowdown first. And this person has already checked for obvious issues, and thank you for mentioning this, by the way. Mentioning viruses, full disk, or any other things that would slow down my PC, and I'm going to show this in the video. So the main issue here is that the PC is very slow, and this person has a really good idea what needs to be done to resolve the issue, but we're going to talk about this so that way people that are into starting brand new into help desk can understand a little bit more about computers. And they've also checked for viruses, which can slow down the computer, and check to see if the disk is full or anything else that might slow down the computer otherwise. And we're going to talk about that so we can learn from it. So the first thing first, I'm going to minimize this ticketing system window. When your hard drive, which in this case is local C drive, by the way, this is when you click on this PC icon, you open up this part of it where you can see your storage media, your hard drive, this and that. And your main hard drive, or main drive, I should say, actually, is local disk C. In this case, you can see that we have free space of 71.3 gigabytes, and total size of this drive is 111. So, excuse me, this is not even, it's not even half used. So there's plenty of space on this drive, and there's no reason that, it would cause a slowdown. The reason it could cause a slowdown if this space was very low or almost non-existent, because your computer will function if this goes down to even 0. The reason behind that is because it will function with the things that are loaded in RAM, which is your random access memory. So if you open up a task manager, you can see how much RAM you have. In this case, it's 16 gigabytes, and you can see that 5.8 gigabytes out of 16 are being used. So around 36% of that. So what is this stuff? This is a temporary place. They're memory sticks that are a lot faster than any memory storage that you have on your computer. This is why computer loads data. The program that you open, this window that we have open for our ticketing system, is loaded into RAM for faster access. It's loaded once, so that way it can run faster, and it's there because it's just faster. It loads it into RAM, random access memory. The reason it's called random access memory because it will do the same thing if I open up Chrome here. So if I open up Chrome, you'll see that this goes up. You see how it goes up to 6.1 because Chrome just got loaded into RAM. This is exactly what happens. The reason it does that because it's faster. It's faster it processes data faster. Okay. So when you run out of RAM, let's say we max this out and it goes beyond 15.9 gigabytes or roughly 16 gigabytes, it tries to create a virtual version of RAM. And the Windows operating system tries to create a virtual version of this, of the RAM, so it can process things that open up, just like Chrome that we just opened up in addition. So I'm going to go ahead and close Chrome, and you'll see it goes down. See, now we've freed that RAM that was there. I simply just right-clicked it down there in the taskbar and closed it. So when it runs out, it tries to create a virtual RAM for processing, for temporary storage, and it does that by creating a page file on your hard drive. So guess what? If you run out of space on your hard drive, it will not be able to create this temporary virtual RAM. And that will obviously cause a slowdown, because there's nothing to work with. If this goes down to 0 and this goes down to 0, the Windows operating system just doesn't know what to do. So now it has to juggle things to try to free up either RAM or virtual memory space so that way it can work. But it's super slow because the page file that it creates, the virtual memory, after it runs out of RAM, is slow, especially if it's an old school hard drive which has magnetic disks inside that spin, and that can take time. And yeah, that's one reason why it could, just run slow. You can adjust virtual RAM on your computer, but if it comes down to that, then you might want to add more RAM, or alternatively, if you have a hard drive. See, this is just a regular hard drive, HDD disk 1, E and F. These are both just different partitions of the same drive, same physical drive. E and F, they are magnetic drives. This one, local C here, is a solid state drive, which is C, and this one is hard drive, which is just a regular. I just use it for basically storage. You can see it's like around a gigabyte. I'm sorry, almost a terabyte in size, estimated. So solid state drives, which happens to be this C drive, are a lot faster because they are chips. They're literally just computer chips. There's nothing spinning. They're a lot faster. And for those reasons, when you do run out of RAM, it's better off that you have solid state drive to work on that page file. Okay, to work on that, to create that virtual RAM. And this is what this person mentioned as well. He said, they said, I noticed it doesn't have SSD. Can I upgrade on my computer? The answer is simply yes, because all of the newer computers for the past, I want to say 15 years, use a SATA connector, serial ATA connector, and it's interchangeable. So if you have just a regular hard drive, which is magnetic, yes, you can just literally yank this one out. Make sure you back up any data that you want to keep, usually from your local profile. If you have any documents stored, I would recommend you go inside of C, users, whatever you use to log into your computer, login name. Here is Koboman. This is what I'm logged in as right now. And back up all your documents, your favorites, all of that stuff before you do a swap. And you can definitely swap out to a solid state drive. All right. Now, I want you to keep in mind also that computer does always create a page file. You can see there's a page file here already created. It does that anyways, but it really likes to do that when you have a solid state drive, which is okay. So it's a bonus basically. It's free. It's free. I should say it's free performance. And this, you're better off having a solid state drive to begin with, because your computer is going to create that page file anyways, because it's by design, because Windows 10 and newer operating systems, they just assume that you have a solid state drive, and they like to use it to create virtual RAM inside of it. You can see that page pool here is 1.6 gigabytes, and there's cached of 10 gigabytes. So it's regardless, to any advice to anybody, always upgrade to solid state drives. They're cheap nowadays anyways, so that's what I would do. And obviously if you have a virus, I need to take a sip of water, excuse me. If you have a virus, you could notice that if it's a malicious virus that slows down your computer, you can see the CPU up here in the first tab under processes. You can see this go up to 100%, and you'll see something sketchy running in the background that looks like it's taken up a lot of performance. Of course, in here, when you go to performance, you can see that CPU is being used a lot, and that's one indicator of that might be something virus related, or there's an antivirus running in the background, or Windows updates are happening. Many other things. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments below. All right. Well, that was a nice segue to actually ask you guys to leave a comment. I don't think I missed anything. I mean, there are other things that can cause slowdowns. It could be bad drivers too, But yes, to answer this, I'm going to reply to customer and say, yes, you can upgrade your computer to an SSD, given that there are no other issues given that there are no other issues with the computer. It does seem like you've checked all the things that I would have. Okay. By the way, I'll put a link in the description in the first comment of a good name brand SSD that you can upgrade to. Nowadays, they're very, very affordable. I think that's good enough because this is more of a question. And again, I appreciate you creating this. Really, really makes a difference. The format of it is just, in this case, is just asking for advice. But in a ticketing system, people will be asking for help. For example, it would be here in the description. It would say, "My computer is running slow. I don't know, please help me because I need it for work. I don't know. I've seen something that's vague. Would vaguer be correct? Something that's vague. Okay, vague the descriptions. Anyways, we can do that. That's fine. And we're going to close the ticket and we're going to move on to the next one. Completed. By the way, it says minus 44 hours. You don't want to see that on SLA. That's how fast you respond to a ticket. You know, I haven't checked the system in a few days because I'm trying to give people opportunity to put in tickets so I can make more videos. Okay. All right. Here's our last ticket. How to enter safe mode by Joe Robert. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you. I appreciate you asking this question. How do I enter into safe mode in Windows 10 to enable me uninstall unstable program? So the reason you want to get into Windows, and Joe is also knows what he's doing. He's just helping me out here, and I appreciate it, Joe. Good looking out. Good looking out for the previous person too. How to enter safe mode in Windows 10 to enable me to uninstall a program. So the main reason you would want to go into safe mode because it allows you to remove usually programs that are stubborn to remove, which is really rare, but a lot of times you'll get a program that's could be also a virus, and that's how you also remove viruses. And the reason you also want to go into the safe mode is to also remove drivers that are stubborn to remove, or reinstall and do a clean install of drivers for whatever it is. So in Windows 7, you press F8, so that's the typical way of getting into safe mode. You press F8 and it's a black screen with white letters, and it gives you like 5 different options. Safe mode with networking, safe mode with command line, and this and that. It's been a long time since I've had Windows 7, but that's what comes up. And you get to it when you reboot the computer. You just turn on a computer and it's doing a post, which means power on self-test. So it goes to beep, and then you just start pressing F8, and once it gets to the loading your hard drive or your main drive, you press F8. You just keep pressing F8 and it gets you to the menu where you can select safe mode, which loads minimal functions for Windows operating system, meaning that it doesn't load any programs. It doesn't, well, it loads operating system, which is a program, but it tries to prevent any services that run in the background that are not necessarily to work. Just the basic GUI, or even a command line. You can just have a command line like this that will allow you to remove programs, viruses, this and that. So how do I do the same thing in Windows 10 to enable me troubleshoot? Of course, I need to assign the ticket to myself so I can get credit for it. Guys, always assign ticket to yourself before you start to work on it. So the next part I'm showing you is actually recorded outside of the computer. This is why the picture is not that good. So I have a camera recording the screen of the computer because that's the only way to show the reboot of the computer. If I reboot, then it's going to stop recording my screen. So that's why I'm recording outside. So there are a couple of ways of getting to the safe boot window. This is a long way, and I will also tell you what the shorter way is, but I want to show the long way so you guys can get familiarized a little bit better. If you click the Start button and then select Settings, which will be on the left-hand side, little cog looking icon. If you select Settings, on this window, we have to scroll down and look for an option or a box that's called Update and Security. Once we select that, the next window will have an option on the left-hand side called Recovery. So it looks like it will be a fifth icon on the left-hand side down called Recovery. Now on the right-hand side, you will see an option that says Advanced Startup. This will let us basically get to the window that let us pick the startup options. So simply you just select the Restart Now button, which will get us to this window. Alternatively, it's Shift and then Restart will get us to the same window. On this window, we have to select Troubleshooting, which is the third one down on the left-hand side. Select Troubleshooting. And here we have to select the second option, which is called the Advanced Options. Once we select that, it will get us to a bunch of more other options. And the one we want is actually the last one on the right-hand side on the bottom, called Startup Settings. So once we select that, it will finally get us closer to our to what we need, which is the reboot in safe mode. But you can see here, when we do this, it will allow us to basically get to what the safe mode is, right? So it will be one of the options that we will have, which is exactly what we want. And another reason why I'm making this video is because there are so many steps, which is incredibly unnecessary, but it is what it is, right? Then we're gonna select Restart here, and once we do restart, here actually you cannot use your mouse. So in order to go past this window, we have to select Safe Mode, which is number 4. You can see there, it's number 4. So we're gonna select 4, and now I've rebooted into Safe Mode, right? I'm going to now log in, put my password in, and I will show you that this is actually a safe mode indeed. I will move my camera a little bit here later, because I know it's not covering an entire thing. So now if you are basically using safe mode to remove viruses or whatnot, you can certainly do so. Another thing you can do is actually uninstall antivirus software, because remember, you can't remove antivirus software unless it's in a safe mode. So we simply right click the start menu and go to the very first thing where it's called apps and features, right? We're going to want to get to the part where we can uninstall our, which is what I'm actually going to do, uninstall antivirus, right? Of course, again, this is one way to actually install antivirus software and run a diagnostic to look for for viruses, right? So in my case, I'm using ImmuneNet, which I will be reinstalling after this demonstration. But you can see now that it does actually let you uninstall it. Should be the case with any other antivirus software that you are trying to remove. Let's say you have one that expired, and so you can see now that it's actually indeed safe mode that we are running. So if you have old antivirus that you simply expired and you want to use something that's free, like this one, I'm certainly not promoting or anything like that. I just happen to be something that I'm using, And this is how you would remove it in a safe mode. It will let you certainly do so. All right, so that's how you do this. And I'm going to reply. So since this is just more of a question, let's see how. I guess I will be talking to a customer and explaining to them on how to do it, because that will be the easiest way to do it. I can send instructions. So in this case, if there is a knowledge base article, you can link it to them. So if there's a way to send them a knowledge base article, or you can just simply get the link, you can send it to them on how to do this. In this case, I'm going to point them to my video here. Okay, and I'm going to say, please watch this video on how to enter safe mode on Windows 10. And I'm going to send them a link. And here is the link. That's my YouTube link. And oh wow, look at that. That's actually, look at that. It transferred it to that. That's cool. I didn't do that. That just, as soon as I pasted the link there, it knew how to do it. Okay. Thanks, Irvin. All right, guys. That is that. Let me just check. Oh yeah, I need to close the ticket. Close the ticket. Completed. Let's go see all open, and that's it. We've done all the tickets that we can that were submitted. If you want me to make more videos like this, you can even go on the internet and look for issues. Look for issues that you can submit to me as a ticket. Again, there's a link in the description and in the very first comment that will point you to this system, to this ticketing system that I can access. So if you want your issue to be talked about in this video, in my video, you might want to submit a ticket or so. Thank you very much. All right, guys, I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.